In the last video I mentioned pH and conductivity, which is important, but I just want to add something. Breath. Okay, your breathing changes your pH. Again, I mentioned in a video yesterday that all of these things I'm talking about, the body can create the chemistry it needs through mindset and through techniques like breathing. So in this video I want to share a little bit about breathing. I've been to see Wim twice now in person. The last time I went to see him, Wim Hof that is, we did like 25 rounds of breathing. There was 750 people, and I was seeing all these like jiu-jitsu boys and weightlifters and all these CrossFit guys and all the whatever, and a lot of them were crying their eyes out, okay, and a lot of them didn't know why they were crying, but I knew why they were crying, because one research that Greg Braden talks about is the body is always trying to detoxify. So through the urine, through going from pooing out, from sweat and from breath. There are four ways we get rid of toxins. So, and think about that when you look at covering your mouth right now. Okay, imagine covering your exhaust pipe of your car. It's not going to last very long before some damage is done to the car. So we detox a lot through our breath. Now, what this research showed was, when we experience traumas or emotional pains in our life, the chemistry that's created, because every emotion has its own chemistry, but the chemistry that's created through the traumatic experience cannot be released from the body, the four ways that I've just mentioned, because what it does is it stores in the body. The chemistry of the trauma stores in the body until when? It's fascinating. Until it's healed emotionally. See, that's a very, very powerful thing. So this is why traditional Chinese medicine talks about the 5 elements. Each of the organs relate to the yin-yang aspects of the elements, and they hold balanced and unbalanced emotions in the organs. So depending on the trauma, you'll carry the toxic chemical signature to the trauma in the body all your life, okay, and then it'll manifest as a sickness in the body physically if it's not healed. Now, many ways to heal that. This is why everything I share, don't take no notice of the spiritual aspect. It's the most important aspect, actually. I've been sharing that for nearly 10 years, which is the teachings of my teacher and all the other great teachers. But I'm just now addressing the matter aspect of it. So think of it like this, right? If you don't forgive, if you don't do the inner work and forgive and ask for forgiveness for the mistakes we've made and the mistakes that have been done to us, we can heal and dump those toxins in the body. But there is another way. And that other way is through breath work. When we flood our body with oxygen, and I'll tell you something else, the MMS as well, that's fundamentally what MMS does in the body. MMS doesn't heal us. MMS kills, and CDS fights off everything our immune system is fighting off. Therefore, our immune system can have a break and completely reboot, and then it's the immune system that heals, okay? And one of the techniques it does is it uses oxidation. It oxidizes the body. I saw the funniest video the other day. Someone in New Zealand must be selling this stuff, and he's obviously being picked up by the media, and they're trying to do this big propaganda scheme against him. And they get, it was on the mainstream news, and they get this forensic scientist to test the effects of MMS, and he says, I basically I use steel, and he gets like I don't know whether it was a knife or a pair of scissors, and he puts it in this glass of water with a few drops of activated MMS in it, and he's got this full get-up, this full forensic get-up, big oxygen mask, goggles, big visor, dealing with this MMS. And he says, look what it's done, how corrosive it is to the metal, and the metal's rusted out big time, right? That's because it's an oxidizer. It's what it does to steel. It's the same as what salt water does. If you leave, that's where rust comes from, okay? So it's just a big propaganda thing, but it basically lets the body gain more oxygen, okay? And then which affects the pH as well, makes us more conductive. Joe Dispenza says a lowering of energy is sickness, a raising of energy, a lowering of frequency, a lowering of frequency is sickness, a higher of frequency is health. It's the same principle as Andreas Kalka, just a different way of saying it. He says a lowering of energy, same thing, sickness, a increase in energy is more health. So this is where the breath comes in. Be aware of your breathing, okay? As a rule of thumb, if you're breathing fast, irregular, short, noisy breaths through your mouth and into your chest. A good friend of mine said their daughter struggles breathing, and I said, take a deep breath. Beautiful girl she is. And she went like this. Okay, this was all sucked in. She breathed into her chest through her mouth. See, that is a stress response. Okay, that is a stress response in the body. Just leave it at that. So if you can train yourself to breathe slow, deep, long through your nose, because through your nose, your nose releases nitric oxide and cleans the air. This is why if you are really genuinely concerned about this corona nonsense and you're taking it serious, put your mask in the bin and just breathe through your nose. Okay, seriously, if you just breathe through your nose alone, you're fine. This is what the nose is. The nose is designed to warm the air. Okay, so it's not too cold on your organs. It's got nose bristles to catch any pollution. It releases nitric oxide, which purifies the air. Another thing is it stops you talking. You don't waste as many words. So put your mask. Try this. If you've been wearing a mask since this whole COVID nonsense has been going on. And one thing I've learned, actually, I spoke to my wife about this, I spoke to my mum about this as well. One thing I've learned about this current COVID situation is people love it. People just love the drama. They love wearing masks. This is why they watch soaps on the TV, because they're full of drama. They need more drama in their life. This is why they really want to know what the neighbour's up to, so they've got something to gossip about. And they love the drama of it. They love knowing someone who is, nearly 100 who died of COVID. They just love it, okay? They love the drama. So you'll never get a mask off them people. But if you really are on the fence and you think it might be genuine, just take a scan of how you feel wearing a mask and how your health feels since you've been wearing a mask. And then put it in the bin, trust your body, okay? Trust the beauty of the health system in the body, and go about your day breathing through your nose only, okay? I bet you any money you feel better. So change your breathing to long, slow, deep, regular breaths. And the many different breath techniques, I'm not really going to go over any of them here, but just breathe deep. Give yourself a period of time in the day to breathe stomach, chest, head. 1, 2, 3. Let it out. A period of time breathing like that. It might be 40 breaths and then breathe normal. Give yourself a breather. You can do all these holding, squeezing. If you get dizzy, that's okay. That means you're expelling acidity, CO2. Just breathe, flood the body with oxygen. You'll start noticing that your physiology changes, and you might start looking at your traumas differently because you've addressed them from the body first. You may start flooding the body of these toxic chemicals from past traumas, and get into it. Breathe deeply for an hour a day, and that's how the breath can be a big help. I hope these are beneficial. If they are, please share them. Love you all. Take care.